Sam, such a great start of that game coming out of the gates, firing, you get an 11-point lead. What did you feel like went wrong for y'all about midway through the second into the third quarter to let that one kind of get out of control, I guess, for South Carolina?
Yeah, I think it started with, sometimes the whistle goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. I think we had 0 whistle calls for us in the second quarter, and they had several. So then the game started slowing down. They got to the line, and then you can't have 7 turnovers in one quarter. We talked about that. We value the ball. We know we've done so good, but we just had some dagger turnovers that allowed them to get some easy transition opportunities. And then the next thing you know, I think with 3 minutes or 3:30, if I can recall correctly, in the second quarter, now they got the lead for the first time, and then that's where the momentum changed.
Sam, what do you just think is missing from this team overall to where you can kind of compete at this high level for all 4 quarters and all the time?
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything missing. I really think you showed in the first quarter when you get 22-13, to me, on the number 1 team in the country, that you have the pieces. Now it's just making sure that they handle it, all right? And this was my thing. I was writing I was doing radio, is you gotta make sure that, how we handle, we learn from this, defines our next mindset and who we can become as a team. Just focusing on self-improvement. If I can make sure each one of them, and I got the talent to self-improve of where I'm making the turnovers or not trusting that extra +1 pass, if everybody can have that mindset, then our team gets better. So that's my message to them when we come back in 2 days.
Des, y'all flipped the script to SEC play, and you've had 2 really good performances off the bench. What have you tried to bring to the team when you've had your number called and gotten in the ball game?
South Carolina is a team where they next 5 that they sub in could be a starting 5 at any school, and I believe it's the same for us, So it's just all about coming in with fresh legs, giving energy, giving what I can give, and, trusting my teammates.
Coach, not a big offensive game from Medina, but you seem to be playing good defense. What did you see from your post defense today?
Well, I just saw that, South Carolina was more committed on scoring on from the outside than the inside because of her presence. And when you asked me that question earlier, what are we missing? That's where I know I've got a guard play and a post play where if Medina alters shot, here comes Near, then here comes Kayla. So it gives us a fighter's chance every single night. So, Medina just does all the little things. She never complains, right? For the ball. We talked about how she leads the country in field goal percentage, so if anything, can we get her more touches? So just proud of her growth, proud of this one. Again, the teams that we're playing on this first month have a lot of returned experience. Me and Destiney were just talking about just some of the tone we need in that second quarter when you could feel them coming, that we've got to collectively understand that we need to have a demeanor about us, that we punch somebody in the face, not literally, but stay on their necks when, you've got the lead, that this team will have to learn from this game tonight.
What do you feel like you got from Jerkayla and Medina early on that helped you out to that big start?
Yeah, just, look, like we said, Jerk's one of the best players in the country. I mean, she lives for this moment. I thought she just had a demeanor about her that, she made some tough shots, but most importantly was playing on both ends. And then your question about Medina, what was that?
Just what do you feel like she was able to bring?
Yeah, just presence. We had a great job in executing. That's something we worked on. We had a lot of pick and rolls. And then when we sub Jerk, that's where Destiney came in, and you saw some electric plays. Jerk was really causing 2-on-1 drop passes. They changed their coverage, and then here comes Destiney making some unbelievable pick and roll layups and getting downhill where, again, that's a collective team effort. And we talked about this game that it was going to have to be multiple bodies. All right. They played several kids, 15, 16. I'm looking here at the box score. So we had to rotate and we had to do it together as a team. And I thought we did that. But again, the 20 turnovers were the dagger. They scored 23 points, y'all, off our turnovers. That's game, kid.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. I thought the free throws wasn't that big of a deal. The rebounding was phenomenal. But, yeah, you can't give the number 2 team in the country 23 points off turnovers.
Destiney, when you're playing against a team with the quality of South Carolina and they're out there making a run, is it tough to sort of stay in there mentally? It seemed like maybe things got a little bit hurried for you all. How was it just sort of just maintaining your head and staying calm when things were going that way?
I mean, it's a game of runs. You know, we went on a run early, then they got their run. You know, it's just you got to stay together. You know, that's all about. Like, you got to stay together. You got to play together. But you know, they got to lead. We went on that run. They went on their run, but we weren't able to just get back.
Coach, 2 straight tough losses to start SEC play, and
Yeah.
what was kind of the message of your team after the game, knowing you had the Oklahoma as a ranked 10th one coming in on Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, Destiney especially, and the rest of my young women, they came here for this. All right, well, you got to just continue to focus on improving. And I mentioned it earlier. If you can focus on self-improvement, all right, just like her, she's done an unbelievable job for me this year. She's continuing to get better. You know, if each one of my individual players can have that mindset, then our team will get better. And when your team gets better in the SEC, then you're ready for March Madness and you're ready for deep runs. So that's where I'm trying to help them understand. Just focus on the next game. Everybody talks about, you know, how we got 5 out of 6 out the gate. Who cares? The most important game is the next one. And so that's the message to my team.
Destiny, coach has been talking about the issues with turnovers since before the season started, and I know y'all been working on it in practice, things like that. I mean, what do you feel like is the biggest issue with y'all in that regard, and how do you feel like y'all can fix that?
I mean, watch film. You know, watch film. You know, the way you can get better is you watch, see what you did wrong. You know, learn from it, talk about it. You know, you want to make mistakes. You ain't gonna be perfect, but turnovers have been our biggest issue so far. We got to take care of the ball. You know, we can't give these teams extra possessions because that's where we lose at.
Yeah, well said. Yeah. Good job, bro. Yeah, thanks, y'all. Appreciate y'all.